Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Rebel Racing Network and the Third Coast Racing O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. We are coming to you live from Rockingham Speedway, located in Rockingham, North Carolina, where these drivers will be competing for 100 laps tonight. The weather right now is partly cloudy, 82 degrees out. That track temperature is sitting at 100 degrees. But as this evening goes on, we are expecting those clouds to part and the sun to poke its head out. Raising those track temperatures is going to make it slick for these drivers tonight. And the rules for tonight's event, these drivers are going to be given 4 sets of tires. They will definitely be using all 4 sets here tonight. 70% fuel and no quick repairs to get this one done. We are looking at about 57 laps for the pit window, so only 1 pit stop for fuel. But when it comes to tires, we are expecting a lot of fall off here. And this is going to be the new configuration for Rockingham here, as NASCAR just made its return to Rockingham with the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series and the Truck Series this past weekend, and these TCR guys said they wanted to do it too, so here we are at the Rock, and Ray Polking showing a lot of speed early on here throughout practice. His best lap, a 1/10 of a second faster than the 84 of Todd Byer. So Ray Polking still hunting for his first win, and it may come here in our return to Rockingham this week. And checking in with the number 94 of Adam Boughton. He currently sits on pit road, not showing the speed here throughout practice. A best time of 23.55. He is looking to open up the gap between him and Jay Crabill in the number 87 in points. And a quick update on the points rundown, guys. Adam Boughton sits in first with 364 points, and Jay Crabill second with 349 points. Ray Polking in third with 344 points. Jason Rochelle in fourth with 319 points. And Dakota Dennis rounding out your top 5 in points with 314 points. And speaking of Dakota Dennis, we have found him at the back of the pack. In the last couple weeks, I spoke to him before this race, and he mentioned he has had no practice here at Rockingham this week. He has had a honey-do list from his wife, been outside working in the yard, putting railings on decks and tilling up flower beds. So we're going to see how he performs tonight. He currently sits 10th in the standings. And the Raz Stan entering the chat, rooting for door-to-door racing and shouting out Joseph Miller and Mike Hill. Joseph Miller and Mike Hill struggling here in practice. They are about a second off the pace here. We're going to see if they can make that up before the race. But it is time to meet your TCR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series drivers as we head down trackside for our driver introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet your TCR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series drivers. Driving the number 4 Zen Chevrolet Camaro, Jackson Sibley. In the number 5 NOS Energy Chevrolet, Travis Neiman. Driving the number 8 Rebel Racing Network Chevy and owner of Bird Wraps Paint Schemes, Hunter Geyer. And driving the number 12 Chevrolet Camaro, Ryan Mack. Next, we have our co-league owner and driver of the number 19 Michelob Ultra Ford Mustang, Dakota Dennis. And in the number 20 Easy Go Chevrolet, Dave Stinson. Driving the number 21 Slim Jim Ford, Thomas Adams. Driving the number 27 Milwaukee Tools Ford, Michael Hill. And in the number 46 Featherlight Trailers Chevrolet, Ray Polking. And in the number 48 Smart Racing Concepts Camaro, James Whitehead. And in the number 53 HBO Toyota, Craig Peterson. Driving the number 60 Google Chrome Ford Mustang, Tristan Haynes. In the number 72 Dallas Cowboys Camaro, Hugh Escobar. Driving the number 87 Autocrafter Chevrolet, Jay Crabill. In the number 88 Trackstar Camaro, Colton Kinney. And in the number 91 Nilla Wafer Chevy Camaro, Paul Escobar. Driving the number 94 213 Simware Camaro, and your Season 1 defending champion, Adam Boughton. Driving the number 97 Trackstar Motorsports Chevrolet, Jason Rochelle. Waits Ford Mustang, and your co-league owner, Marcus De La Garza. This race will be officiated by 213 Simler's own Anthony Ludi and broadcasted live on Facebook and YouTube by Rebel Racing Network and your broadcaster, Austin Householder.
All right, and we are back, folks. About 30 seconds left in practice here. So you see Hunter Geyer there sliding down to the inside of the track. And that might be a product of that sun coming out. We checked the weather while we were away. That sun has now poked through the clouds. It is still showing partly cloudy, but definitely a lot less cloud cover here. And that track temperature has already risen 5 degrees up to 105 degrees. And it will continue rising as this event goes on. So going to be something a lot of these drivers are going to have to be concerned about, especially getting their brake bias adjusted to where they want it to be able to be competitive here tonight. And practice has come to an end. We're getting ready to get qualifying underway here in the Secure Lift 100. And just before practice ended, Ray Polking was sitting atop the leaderboard with the fastest lap, but Todd Beyer in that 84 car appears to have been able to turn it on as that sun has come out, and he set the fastest lap by 5/100ths of a second over Ray Polking. You see Hunter Geyer now on track here as he starts his first of 2 qualifying laps. Solid start, but he slides up the track through turns 3 and 4. Not what that 8 car was looking for. He was faster than Ray Polking and Adam Boughton on that first lap, as well as Paul Escobar. So Polking and Boughton, we'll check in with them as well. Keeping our eyes on that 46 of Ray Polking. He lost a heartbreaker last week. Led almost half the race. Some troubles on pit road. And then on the last lap of the race gets dumped by his teammate, Jay Crabill. He's not going to be able to get it done. Todd Beyer just took over that pole position with the fastest lap. And that was his first lap. His second lap is even better, 23.46, about a tenth faster than Ray Polking. Craig Peterson now starting his second of 2 qualifying laps. Peterson currently sitting in 7th, and Michael Carter, we haven't heard much out of him the last couple of weeks. He did miss a few races, but he is back and setting a fantastic time through in qualifying here. 23.63, good enough to take 3rd. Still about 5 drivers left to qualify. Dakota Dennis now pulling on track in that 19 car. Or to see how he handles this after not being able to practice. We were trying to talk to him during the practice session, and even then, he was still not able to get very many laps in, having to perform his husband duties. And watching him, he definitely looking a little bit off the pace here as he comes to the line for his first lap. Good enough to take 11th so far. And with that, we are going to have to head down trackside for our opening ceremonies presented by Oorah Flyovers. At this time, please stand as you are able, remove your hats, place your hand over your heart, and veterans render a hand salute as the United States Marine Corps Band performs our national anthem. All right, and we are back, folks. A big thank you to Oorah Flyovers for creating that customized flyover for our race here tonight. Make sure you go check them out on Facebook if you are a broadcaster, a league owner, or just a driver in a league that wants to bring something extra to their broadcast. Reach out to them, and they will custom make any flyover they can for you. But the drivers have taken the track and have started gridding up. We're going to go ahead and run through our official starting grid here tonight. And starting on the pole in the number 84 is going to be Todd Byer. Ray Polking in the 46 will be to his outside in second. Michael Carter is going to be rolling off third, driving the number 18. Jason Rochelle will start on the outside of row 2 in that number 97. Adam Boughton going to roll off 5th in the 94 car. Hunter Geyer will start 6th, driving the number 8. Jay Crabill will be rolling off 7th in the 87. Craig Peterson in 8th, driving the number 53 car. Ryan Mack will roll off 9th, driving the number 12. Marcus De La Garza are going to be starting 10th here in the number 99. Lee Hamby will roll off 11th, driving the number 47. And in 12th will be the 5 of Travis Neiman. 13th will be the number 19 of Dakota Dennis. Colton Kinney will roll off 14th, driving the number 88. Paul Escobar will start 15th, driving the number 91. Joseph Miller will roll off 16th in the number 16. Thomas Adams will be starting 17th, driving the number 21. Mike Hill will start 18th, driving the number 27. And you see Christopher Williams slated to start in the number 19th position. He will be a scratch from this race. He has actually taken on a different role tonight. He is going to be a technical advisor for Trackstar Motorsports, working with Jason Rochelle and Colton Kinney in this one. So they make their way down the backstretch, getting ready for the start of this. Keep your eye on that 84 of Todd Byer here at the beginning of this one. Pace truck is off. And the green flag waves, and it looks like Todd Byer spun his tires there. Ray Polking to the lead. Todd Byer slow going into turn one. He bunches up Michael Carter. Jason Rochelle going to be going to second. He's going to put the pressure on Ray Polking here early. Hunter Geyer moved to third, and that top line really had the advantage on that initial start due to Todd Byer here in the 84 spinning his tires. He drops all the way back to fourth. Ray Polking taking full advantage here. Don't count Todd Byer out. He has found some speed as this track has warmed up. And we are single file here early on. We got Lee Hamby going underneath of Jay Crabill in that 87. Crabill trying to make up some ground on Adam Boughton. And Kyle Boone entering the chat, rooting for Todd and Paul here. And we appreciate the feedback on the broadcast, Kyle. We try and make this broadcast as awesome as possible. And Sunk Track and Hunter G in the chat cheering on Warhorse. They are currently in this race. Hunter Geyer running third right now, holding off Todd Byer. And Ray Polking got the lead off that initial start, but I think the big winner on the start of this race was that 8 of Hunter Geyer. He gains 3 positions due to Byer spinning his tires. Now 6 laps into the scheduled 100. Jason Rochelle still trying to find an opportunity to put that pressure on Ray Polking. And honestly, it kind of looks like a repeat of last week at Martinsville. Rochelle was one to watch there, but unable to find his way around that 46 of Ray Polking. See what he does here, but that dirty air definitely going to affect that 97 here. Hunter Geyer, you see him moving up the track there. He's looking for an opportunity to make his move, try and get around Jason Rochelle. Possibly pushing that car just a little bit too hard. Polking moving up the track. Rochelle now to the lead. Hunter Geyer looking underneath Ray Polking as well. And Robert Numeric rooting for Jason Rochelle. You chime in at the right time, Robert, as Rochelle has gone to the lead. Ray Polking falling back here. And this is a tricky track, guys. I did a couple races here in the truck series last week, and you know, the difference between turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 plays a big difference on how fast you can get around that. That outside wall will come out and bite you off of turn 2 if you are not careful. And the Razdan rooting for Joseph Miller. Joseph Miller settling in, but he is back here in 14th. Up 2 positions, though, from where he started. The back of the pack getting spread out here. And Dawson Price entering the chat, excited for Rockingham. Glad to have you here, Dawson. Once again, Dawson Price, our music creator here at Rebel Racing Network. Always want to give him a big shout out and check him out with Tate Productions. So we go back to the front of the field. Hunter Geyer able to put a little distance between him and Ray Polking. Jason Rochelle making that clean air work for him, though. And Doc Manners rooting for Jason Rochelle and Colton Kinney and that Track Star team. Doc, you got to give a big shout out to C-Dub, helping those guys out as a technical advisor, kind of working as a crew chief for them. And we are glad to have you tuning in, Dawson, and we are even more glad because you will be back on track on Sunday nights with the American Esports Racing Association live from Daytona this week for their debut race. Once again, that will be Sunday at 7:30, if I'm not mistaken. I've got to get that time locked down. And Squadron Ace entering the chat room for Door to Door Racing and Warhorse. And we are sorry that you are not able to race anymore on Wednesday, Squadron. Well, we've got some moves here. Here comes Todd Byer looking to get 3rd position from Ray Polking. Michael Carter breathing down Todd Byer's neck, though. And Lee Hamby in that 47 car, he is up 5 positions from where he started. And this is the kind of track where Lee Hamby can really excel at. He does better on these smaller tracks. He really likes the short tracks, but a mile oval will definitely play to his favor here. Robert Numeric saying Jason Rochelle is going pro. I tell you what, he is driving like it, but Hunter Geyer's put that pressure on him. Geyer now to the lead, and here comes Todd Byer as well. And we are excited to hear that Rebel Racing Network car taking the lead. We see Rochelle up the track, and he is getting railroaded. With the repave they did on Rockingham, this has really turned into a one-line racetrack. The old Rockingham surface, you were able to run either the high or the low line. Now that low line is the preferred line. As Todd Byer slides up the track now, Lee Hamby, Michael Carter going to go around him. Hunter Geyer sliding up the track as well. Lee Hamby got a charge to the front here. Geyer trying to fight back, but I don't know if he's got it. And Lee Hamby slides up the track. Hunter Geyer getting the run through the middle of turns 1 and 2. But like I said earlier, that turn 2 outside wall can come out and bite you. You got to really let off if you get it too high up there trying to drive off that corner. So Geyer going to drop back to 3rd now. Lee Hamby taking over the lead, and Michael Carter are going to move up to 2nd. Oh, Geyer's in the outside wall. That is going to be a costly mistake for that 8 car. He drops back to 6th now. He's going to pull down right in front of that 87 of Jay Crabill. Crabill still trying to hunt down that 94 of Adam Boughton, and the first caution of the night waves. Looks like Paul Escobar caught up in this. That will come out on lap 22. We'll go back and see what happened here with Paul. Paul looking to make a move on Travis Neiman. It looks like he sent it way too hard into turn 1. Actually, it looks like that will actually stem from the 5 of Travis Neiman hitting the outside wall. Paul Escobar had the run as he came off that corner. Travis Neiman, though, comes down, and Paul Escobar nowhere to go. We'll take one more look at it from Escobar's view. Sent it hard there on the outside, trying to get the drive off. Unfortunately, nothing Escobar could do about that as pit stops have started here. Todd Byers sitting on pit road getting that car serviced. Lee Hamby going to win the race off pit road. Todd Byer going to gain a position there, moving up to 2nd. Michael Carter comes off 3rd. Adam Boughton and Ray Polkin came off neck and neck. I do believe Adam Boughton is going to get the position there. He'll come away in 4th. Ray Polkin rounding out your top 5, and we will step aside for a quick commercial break.
It's race day on iRacing. The grid is set. Engines are rumbling. The chat is buzzing. The anticipation is building. But before the green flag waves, you need a moment that gets hearts racing. Hoorah Flyovers delivers cinematic, custom airplane flyovers for your iRacing or esports event, bringing real-world energy to your virtual track. Add a patriotic punch to your pre-race show. Whether you're hosting a league championship, a memorial race, or just want to hype the crowd, Hoorah brings the thunder. Fully customizable, easy to book, stream ready, guaranteed to get your drivers and fans fired up. Because when the jets fly, everyone pays attention. Stand tall, fly loud, race proud. Hoorah! Visit Hoorah Flyovers on Discord or Facebook and bring the flyover experience to iRacing like never before.
All right, and we are back, folks. Getting ready to go back green flag racing. Lee Hamby on the inside, Todd Byer on the outside as the pace truck dives off. That green flag is out. Lee Hamby going to get the jump there. Michael Carter going with him. Todd Byer stuck on the outside line. He's going to drop it down low here in front of Ray Polking as Adam Boughton's caught up on that outside. And Jay Crabill trying to find some speed. He's going to go to that low side. He's looking for his opportunity to get by that number 94 of Adam Boughton. Robert Numeric, loving the broadcast, said this is awesome, and we think so too, Robert. Is Jay Crabill getting by Adam Boughton? Crabill pushing it hard off of turn 2. You saw him maybe some slight contact with that outside wall. He's got to be careful. Now, I know looking at this points race, that 87 is looking in his mirror. So he tries to catch up to his teammate there, Ray Polkin, and that is the same teammate that he dumped last week at Martinsville. We did catch up to Crabill after the race to receive some comments on what happened here with Ray Polkin, and he said it was an honest mistake, dove it in too hard, got up on the curb and up into Ray Polkin. But the question was, at the end of the race, after that incident with Polking, he did bring that car down to the low side and held the brakes, let a couple cars by him coming to the end of the race. He said he did not want to take a podium finish like that. And I tell you what, guys, I got to respect that. Especially the last lap at Martinsville, you're either going to move someone or you're going to get moved when you're racing for a podium position like that, whether it's a teammate or not. Everyone is a teammate till that last lap, that white flag flies. And Robert Numeric asking if Jason Rochelle is the rookie or the leader for the Rookie of the Year. I tell you what, I do not have that information right now. Let me try and get that pulled up real quick. But if I'm not mistaken, Jason Rochelle is the leader for the Rookie of the Year standings. Once again, Jason Rochelle currently sitting fourth in points with 319. So yes, he will be the leader for the Rookie of the Year standings. If I'm not mistaken, we will confirm with TCR after the race and get back to you on that next week. So as this run goes on, Lee Hamby opening up that gap. About 3 to 4 tenths of a second over Michael Carter. Lee Hamby really excelling here. So they're back single file, and those new tires really working out for Lee Hamby. Everyone taking new tires, but Lee Hamby not going to have to burn his up driving through the pack this time. I think that 47 might be the car to beat here tonight. We take a look back in the pack at Craig Peterson and Marcus De La Garza. De La Garza has not had the season he has won here thus far. He got wrecked out early last week at Martinsville and joined us up in the booth for the rest of the race. And an update on Hunter Geyer in that 8 car. He was leading the race at one point. He has dropped out of the top 10 now. He just worked his way by Dakota Dennis in the number 19, 411. Hunter Geyer, seems like a mistake on pit road has cost him. You see him getting loose there off of turn 2. Geyer trying to drive back up to the front. We go take a look here. Todd Byer still looking for a way around Michael Carter. Looks like the top 5 starting to get spread out as well. Checking with Adam Boughton, trying to close that gap with Jay Crabill. Adam Boughton's been faster throughout most of the race. Got caught on the outside. Jay Crabill was able to get that position. I don't think these two are done. One thing Adam Boughton does excel at is saving those tires. And you can always find him somewhere close to the front at the end of these things. We see the 12 of Ryan Mack getting into the outside wall there. Folks, it is time for a creative castle. Crank it up. All right, and we are back. Still single file here on this one. Now 45 laps complete, and that pit window, we said it was about 57 laps, so still not good to go on fuel. These guys will need one more pit stop to make it to the end. Lee Hamby still leads the field. We will step away for a quick commercial break.
From the track to the tech, Creative Castle keeps your code running as clean as your laps. We test real-world devices and digital platforms so your next release won't crash in turn one. At Creative Castle, we elevate your software with expert quality assurance and cross-platform testing. Whether it's native apps or networked hardware, we deliver precision-tested performance at scale. Behind every smooth app and smart device is a quiet castle. Creative Castle. We're the quality wizards and test knights who battle bugs and break bad code before it breaks your product. Creative Castle. Quality at full throttle. Your quest for quality ends here.
All right, and we are back, folks. Adam Boughton has caught up to that 87 of Jay Crabill, is putting the pressure on him. Crabill sliding up the track through the corners now, and I think his tires might be spent here now, 50 laps in. That pit window is definitely open for these drivers now. 50 laps in the books. Adam Boughton trying that inside line again, just trying to get alongside Jay Crabill. Hoping Crabill makes a mistake. And Boughton going to go around Crabill. And it looks like we've got some pressure on for the lead now. Lee Hamby has lost a step to Michael Carter. Michael Carter now within a tenth of a second of Lee Hamby, and they've got lap traffic in front of them. Let's see how they navigate this lap traffic. If I'm not mistaken, that is the 27 of Mike Hill, or the I'm sorry, that is the 88 of Colton Kinney there. He's going to drop down to the inside. Let Lee Hamby and Michael Carter around. Carter looking to the inside. He's got a nose there. Hamby's not going to be able to get down to the bottom. This is Carter's opportunity. Look for him to make that pass off of 2. Hamby staying with it. And let's race. Shouting out Jay Crabill for flying the Autocrafters shop colors all season. Michael Carter will take away that lead from Lee Hamby. So they put Travis Neiman a lap down. And Drew Nichols shouting out Jay in the chat. So Lee Hamby losing a step here. Seems like those tires have fallen off on that 47. Now 56 laps in the books as they start lap 57. The question here is, when do you pit for that fuel and get those fresh tires? And Robert Numeric talk about the fight up front, and I tell you what, Michael Carter now driving away with it. Does not mean that fight is over, but definitely Michael Carter saving some tires here as Adam Boughton getting ready to put pressure on Ray Polking. We appreciate you tuning in. Let's race. Adam Boughton going to go around Ray Polking as well. And we talked about it, seems like every week Ray Polking has done a lot of work practicing, trying to conserve tires, trying to figure out how to save tires here in iRacing. He has made a lot of improvements, but Rockingham appears to be a little bit too tricky for that 46 of Ray Polking. This track is really changing. We're going to take a quick look here at the weather. It was 82 degrees when the broadcast started, now up to 84. That track temperature probably sitting at a whopping 110 to 115 at this point. It's going to get slicker for these guys as the race goes on. Something to definitely keep in mind when they do think about that pit stop and getting those fresh tires. Those fresh tires will be slick those first couple laps. You've got to work some heat into them. Otherwise, you're definitely going to lose it coming off of turn 2. We ride along with the hood camera from Jay Crabill's car. Crabill definitely losing a step as this one has gone on. Those tires not holding on here. Michael Carter, though, really laid back. They're saving some tires. His interval over Lee Hamby. Now almost 3 seconds as Lee Hamby's got a mirror full of Todd Byer. And Adam Boughton starting to run these guys down as well. I tell you what, let's race. We know the pit window is open. They had a caution back on lap 22, so they pitted around lap 24. 57 laps. Looks like it's going to be around lap 80 to 85. That pit window is really going to open up for these guys. Try and spend as little time on pit road as possible. Gas and go for these guys, I'm thinking. And maybe just some right side tires to try and get this one done. So we see Todd Byer really putting that pressure on Lee Hamby. If I'm that 47 car, I've got to be thinking about doing something a little bit different here when it comes to pit strategy. Maybe go a little bit early, some 4 fresh tires. Make sure I get on pit road or on and off pit road cleanly. Try and get back up to the front. And speaking of pits, here comes Ray Polking in that 46 car. He comes down on lap 68. We're going to stay glued to him, see what he does. as he creeps down pit road. Michael Carter's already put that 46 car a lap down. And the right side goes up. And the left side goes up. So Ray Polking going to take 4 here. See Dakota Dennis cutting to him right as he hits that outside wall, and Michael Carter goes around him. Adam Boughton, though, has stolen second away from Lee Hamby. Boughton showing that speed. We talked about him being able to save tires, and he is showing it tonight. Now the question is, can he run down his teammate Michael Carter? Boughton definitely showing the speed here. And these two about half a second quicker than the rest of the field. Now Jay Crabill going to come down pit road as well. We'll cut back to Jason Rochelle in that 97 car. He had some issues early on in the race, dropped towards the back of the pack, but he is now knocking on the door of the top 5. Michael Carter going to come down pit road. Adam Boughton going to stay out and lead a lap. Lee Hamby, Todd Byer also going to join Carter on pit road. Jason Rochelle also going to stay out here. Going to try and gain some track position. These slick tires and these changing track temperatures, I think if you've stayed out to this point, such as like Ryan Mack and Dakota Dennis, the move might be to stay out and hope for a caution, hope someone makes a mistake on cold tires. Dakota Dennis going to go around. Ryan Mack has gone to the lead here. See Lee Hamby coming back out on track. And now that Lee Hamby's gotten that car up to speed, he's just going to take off, leaving Ryan Mack in his dust. Jay Crabill also getting back around Ryan Mack. They've got their lap back. Dakota Dennis now coming down pit road. Ryan Mack not able to get Michael Carter or Ray Polking a lap down. And Ray Polking, we saw him pit early. Just a few laps. But it seems paid off. He's back out in front of Adam Boughton. Dakota Dennis going to take the black flag coming onto pit road. Ryan Mack also caught speeding in the pits. Now down to 26 left to go in this one. Carter is going to go back to the lead. Ray Polking now running second. Adam Boughton in third. Lee Hamby running fourth. The Jay Crabill rounding out your top 5. Todd Byer, the big loser under green flag pit stops. He's working his way around Colton Kinney now, but Todd Byer dropping back to 6th here. So Ray Polking going to work his way around Mike Hill. He's got Craig Peterson, a lap car behind him. Polking just got to be thinking about putting as much lap traffic between him and Adam Boughton as possible. Adam Boughton is about 0.2 of a second faster than Ray Polking that last time by. 0.3 of a second faster than his teammate Michael Carter. Adam Boughton going to turn it on now. No need to save tires with just 23 laps left to go in this one. And last time by, Ray Polking and Michael Carter running identical lap times, 24.28. So Adam Boughton starting to close that gap. He's got to work his way around Dakota Dennis now. But he is closing in with Ray Polking. Now down to 20 laps to go. We've got to get in one more quick commercial break, and then we will be right back for the exciting conclusion to this one.
Do you love Orlando's theme parks, but the long lines have you losing the magic? Introducing Ride Waits, the Apple Watch app designed to help you skip the stress and ride more, with real-time wait times and park info right on your wrist. Whether you're exploring Walt Disney World, adventuring through Universal Orlando, or taking it all in at SeaWorld, Ride Waits helps you navigate smarter and get the most out of your visit. No more wandering, no more guessing, just more riding. And it's not just wait times. Ride Waits also offers tips on the best times to ride, general park info, and helpful alerts so you never miss out on your favorite attraction. Whether you're planning ahead or making game day decisions in the park, Ride Waits keeps everything you need at a quick glance away. Ride Waits, your wrist-side guide to the best parks in Orlando. Available now on the Apple Watch store.
Not affiliated with or endorsed by any theme park brand.
And we are back, folks. You were just watching the battle for third. Lee Hamby getting around Adam Boughton as they struggle to get around Dakota Dennis in that 19 car. Saw Boughton running Dakota Dennis up the track. Not thrilled about being held up by that 19. Dennis just not going to go away here. So Lee Hamby moves to third now. Ray Polking, though, had to love seeing that. That's going to let him open up that gap now almost 2 seconds. So we are down to 14 laps to go. He is about 0.3 of a second slower than Lee Hamby that last time by. But for Lee, catching Ray is one thing, passing him is another. And he does have a couple lap cars in between him and Lee Hamby. All this is going on. Michael Carter continuing his dominance here. 2 seconds the gap between him and Ray Polking. And even if we were to get a green-white checkered finish, Michael Carter definitely laying back here, able to save a little bit of tire in case we were to get a late race caution and they reset the field. And Polking's pushing that car hard, trying not to let Lee Hamby catch up to him. The battle for third might not be done now that Dakota Dennis is out of the way. Boughton not going to go away. He's trying to pull back up to that bumper of that 47 car. And just like we were saying, Michael Carter, that gap was down to about 2 seconds between him and Ray Polking. Carter turning it back on, though, opening up that gap by 0.6 of a second in just a matter of a few laps. So definitely some stuff in reserve for that 18 car. He's not going to let Ray Polking get anywhere near him before the end of this one. It's the battle for third. Adam Boughton getting back to the inside of Lee Hamby. Boughton going to take back third, and I tell you what, no one happier about that move than Ray Polking. Let those two race it out, slow each other up. Polking's just got to hold on to 7 more laps as Adam Boughton and Lee Hamby going to go around Craig Peterson, that lap traffic. About 0.9 of a second separating Adam Boughton from Ray Polking. Boughton faster that last lap by about 0.15 of a second. Now down to 5 to go. Boughton really showing some speed, gaining 3 seconds on that 46 of Ray Polking that last time by. Boughton definitely the faster car. Ray Polking watching that rear view mirror. He sees that 94 approaching quickly. Polking's got to be thinking, just do not give up the bottom. Make him pass me on the high side. Down to 4 to go now, and Boughton is there as well as Lee Hamby. Carter continuing to run away with a 3-second gap now as Boughton trying to get to the inside of Ray Polking, not quite there. Ray Polking moves up the track, though. That's going to allow Boughton to get a run there coming off of turn 2, and Boughton's going to make the pass. Polking into that outside wall. That might open up the door for Lee Hamby here as well. Down to 2 to go now. Michael Carter running first. Adam Boughton in second. Ray Polking just trying to hold on for third. And the white flag is out. Michael Carter is the leader. Next flag will end the race. Michael Carter's just got to get through this next lap cleanly. The real battle here is for third. Can Lee Hamby get to Ray Polking's back bumper? And it looks like he will as the checkered flag is waving. Michael Carter going to take home the win. Adam Boughton in second. Ray Polking going to take home third as he holds off Lee Hamby. And they will come around, park it on the front stretch. Is Michael Carter going to burn it down here? So they line up for pictures. We're going to go ahead and get these guys set up for interviews. Michael Carter celebrating a dominant win here. All right, and we will kick off our interviews with the number 46 of Ray Polking. He came home in third tonight. Ray, it's Austin up at the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you. Go ahead.
All right, man. Congratulations on another podium finish. And this one's got to feel good after last week's race at Martinsville.
Yeah, that was a little disappointment last week. So we're glad to be back on the podium this week.
All right, and we are glad to have you back. We know you're still hunting that first win, and it's going to come. We can feel it coming here up at the Rebel Racing Network booth. I've got to ask about that Martinsville race last week. We were looking for an interview, but unfortunately, due to a last lap incident, not able to make it into the podium. Take us through what happened last week at Martinsville.
Last week, my teammate Jay there, he kind of slipped up on the turn. My suck turn got past him. Then he made a bonsai move, try to get by me. I think he hit the curb on the inside and bounced up into my left rear quarter and spun me out, which is it's kind of bad to race for point, trying to keep up with Adam there. And it's a real hit to the team there, but we'll be all right.
All right, so only looking forward from here on out. Now let's move forward to this week's race. You were starting from the outside pole in second. Take us through that initial start. What happened there? It looked like Todd Byer had an issue, maybe spun his tires, and allowed you to jump out to the lead here early.
Yeah, I heard him come in the start finish. I heard him downshift the first, and I think he did spin the tires on the start, so I was kind of glad to see that because I knew he's really fast.
Well, and that was definitely costly. He comes home in sixth tonight. But we were looking, and it seemed like you had a little bit of an issue here on pit road under the yellow flag. Came out towards the middle of the pack and then raced your way back up front. Gained a lot of positions here with that green flag pit stop. What was your pit strategy under that pit stop?
I said it's hard to pass. These guys are really quick. I knew the only chance I had was to short pit them. So that's basically what I did. I short pitted, I think it came in 2 or 3 laps slower than the rest of the guys, and that got me back up into second place. And then, of course, Adam ran me down there at the end. But again, I'm happy where we finished up at.
All right, and you got to be happy with a third place finish. Take us through those last couple laps, the last 10 laps. We were watching Adam Boughton and Lee Hamby trying to catch up to you, watching that gap close. What was going through your mind?
Hoping those laps would click off a little quicker than they were because I knew they were catching me because I knew my tires were older than theirs were, so I knew they had a tire advantage on me.
All right, yeah, they definitely did have the tire advantage on you. Boughton was able to get around you, but Lee Hamby, after Boughton got around you and Lee Hamby's next in line, what were your thoughts there watching Lee Hamby close in? Did you know you were going to be able to hold him off, or were you getting nervous there?
I was getting nervous. Hoping it wasn't going to be another Martinsville.
All right, well, we were hoping that too up here in the booth. But we're glad to see you back on the podium after a frustrating finish at Martinsville last week. We're going to let you get on out of here and get to work for next week. Before we do, though, anyone you want to thank?
I want to thank all my teammates. We all work real well together. So that and the broadcast, you up there in the booth, you do a great job. And just a shout out to my brother because I'm sure he's watching.
All right, we appreciate it, buddy, and we will let you get on out of here. Congratulations again.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you, sir. And once again, that was Ray Polking coming home in third tonight after a disappointing finish last week at Martinsville. We're going to move on to our second place finisher, the number 94 of Adam Boughton. Adam, it's Austin up at the booth. You got me?
Yes, I do.
All right, man. Congratulations on a second place finish, and seems like a throwback to season 1 here, where the RMS teammates are top of the podium here this week. How does it feel?
Oh, it was pretty eventful race. Always good to have an outcome where we won to it. Mike Carter though, a little bit better on the short run, was able to capitalize on the track position early, where I struggled a little bit on the beginning of the run and fell back too much. But ultimately, he was able to get up there, get clean air, and just check out there. And I had to slowly, methodically work my way back up with me falling back so far. But we were class of the field on the long run. That's for sure. It seemed tonight.
That was definitely the truth there on the long run. You guys, towards the end of that green flag run, before the green flag pit stops, you guys were about a half a second faster than the rest of the field. Was your strategy to come in here and save tire?
It's really we weren't really didn't even save too much tire. It's like just from what we found in practice, it was the tires were seemingly balanced. We really didn't have any tire issues. So it's just a matter of just working on handling and just taking care of it the early part of the run and not trying to cook the tires at least. But ultimately, just whatever we found in practice, just carried over to the race and had ridiculous long run speed with it.
All right. Well, it definitely paid off. Now I want to take you go through those last 25 laps. We were watching you and Lee Hamby battle it out there, and it seemed like there was a little bit of maybe some frustration with Dakota Dennis. You caught up to Dakota Dennis, and y'all were having a tough time getting by him. Lee Hamby was able to get by you, and when you went by Dakota Dennis, we saw you run a little bit higher line than you have been running. Was there some frustration there, Adam?
Oh yeah, after Dakota was taking up the whole damn track that I couldn't safely get around him, and then because I didn't want to try to take a risk like a risky move on him because it's like still, I mean, got to capitalize on all the points and try not to get an incident. So it's like trying to methodically get around Dakota there without making contact or anything, and it was just ultimately slowed me up enough to where Lee got up, and Lee's just racing at this point in the season. Lee's just doesn't have anything to lose, and he was able to send it a little bit more aggressive, got around me, and then got around Dakota, and then at that point it's like the frustration took over, and I just said the hell with it, and I was getting around Dakota no matter what. And then had that a little bit aggressive move on the front stretch to get underneath him, and was unable to go back up there and catch Lee again. And then little bit of frustration when I caught back up to Lee because he was able to get around me because of the lap traffic. But then he was also throwing a couple blocks here and there that were getting a little frustrating at that point because I was already a little heated because of the lapper, and I gave him a little bump into turn one and was able to get underneath him and then get clear of him. Then ran Ray down there at the end and got around him for second, and just didn't have enough laps to even attempt to try to run my teammate down.
Well, it still got that second place finish, and chasing your teammate down was going to be tough. He was out to a 3-second lead. Seemed like most of that last run there, but still got to be happy with that second place finish. We're going to let you get on out of here and celebrate with your teammate. Before we do, though, anyone you want to thank?
Shout out to you for putting another good broadcast on week in and week out, and shout out to my teammate Michael Carter for hanging down the win tonight. I think he got the most laps led as well. And shout out to my sponsor, Boughton Enterprises, for being on the car this season.
All right, we appreciate it, buddy, and we will see you back here next week at Bristol for the Bird Raps 150.
You have a good one.
Thank you. You too. And once again, that was Adam Boughton coming home second tonight to his teammate, Michael Carter. We're going to move on to Michael Carter here for the interview. Michael, what's awesome up in the booth? You got me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
All right, man. Congratulations on a victory here. If I'm not mistaken, it is your first one of the season. How does it feel?
It feels good. Hadn't raced the full season, missed the first two, and missed Darlington there as well. So, yeah, it feels real good to go ahead and get one this year.
And you did it in dominating fashion here tonight as well. We were keeping an eye on you and Adam throughout the race, and it seemed like your cars really came alive throughout that second half of the race. Did the sun coming out here help you out?
Yeah, probably. Car felt real good in that 25 lap range and on. Just hooked up real good, wrapped the bottom. Seemed like I could wrap the bottom and drive off a little better than most of the guys I was around. Was keeping an eye on Adam's times as well. He looked like he was pretty fast too.
Well, you guys were definitely fast, especially on the long runs. The end of that long green flag run before the green flag pit stops, you guys were about half a second faster than the rest of the field. Another question about the weather, though. We saw it last week at Martinsville. A lot of playing with the brake bias as the weather changed throughout this one. Were you playing with your brake bias at all throughout this race?
Yeah, a little bit. I was a little hesitant to go too far with it, but I did pull around out of it as the tires aged.
All right. Well, it definitely paid off for you. And then at that last run, we were watching Ray Polkin was closing that gap a little bit. And then it seemed like with about 10 to go, you were able to turn it back on, opened up the gap by 0.6 of a second. And just a matter of, it seemed like 2 or 3 laps there. Were you saving tire at the end in case of a green-white checkered?
Yeah, I was. I was watching his gap, and I was trying to keep it above that 1.5. And then towards the end, I figured I'd go ahead and go after it.
All right. Well, it definitely paid off. We're going to let you get on out of here and start the celebration. Before we do, though, anyone you want to shout out?
Shout out to my teammate, Adam, TCR, the league, and all the guys that make it happen. Shout out to you and just all of the guys that race with us each and every week and enjoy it each time we get out here.
All right. Well, we appreciate it, buddy, and we will let you get on out of here and enjoy the win. Congratulations again.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And once again, that was Michael Carter taking home the win here tonight. We're going to go ahead and take a look through our official results. We get them pulled up on screen. Once again, Michael Carter, our winner tonight. Adam Boughton finishes second. Ray Polkin in third. Lee Hamby comes home fourth. Jay Crabill in fifth. Todd Byer finishes sixth. Jason Rochelle in seventh. Hunter Geyer will come home eighth. Marcus De La Garza in ninth. Craig Peterson finishes 10th. Ryan Mack in 11th. Colton Kinney will come home 12th. Dakota Dennis finishes 13th. Mike Hill in 14th. Travis Neiman will finish 15th. Joseph Miller comes home 16th. Paul Escobar finished 17th. Thomas Adams comes home in 18th, rounding out your field. And I would just like to thank everyone for tuning in this week. Guys, make sure you tune in Sunday evening, 7:30, for the American Esports Racing Association's debut race live from Daytona Superspeedway. And then next Wednesday evening, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be back live with the TCR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series live from Bristol Motor Speedway for the Bird Raps 150. If you have not done so already, please hit that like, follow, subscribe button, and go check us out on Facebook as well. The races are broadcasted there as well, and we will see you back here next week.